Right, welcome everybody to the 22nd ukulele warm-up. Nice to see lots of people still coming along. And we're going to go through some of the chords in the key of G as part of our warm-up today. And have another look. We'll have another look at the B minor chord as well, which I know for those of you that haven't played it very often is not an easy chord to play. So it's good to get it into your warm-ups as soon as possible. And then it just becomes a natural chord to play. And of course, this is being recorded for YouTube, and you can watch it again whenever you like and pause it if you need to. For those of you watching on YouTube, we do have Andy Eastwood joining us in about 25 minutes time for a chat, and he'll do a little performance for us as well. So that should be interesting and fun at the same time. Okay, let's get going. I'm just going to put onto the screen the music that we're going to just play through, and we're going to kind of look at the key of G major at the moment. And so they're the chords on the screen in front of you, the main chords that are played when you're in the key of G major. So that's G, A minor, B minor, C, D7 and E minor, and D as well, just plain D as well as D7, but we're just going to play D7. Just a quick look at B minor, because we're just going to strum through these chords gently in a minute. So there's B minor. I just want to remind you of that in case you've forgotten. So that's when it's got 1 1 1. That means it's your first finger right across the second fret. Hold all 4 strings down. Keep your finger absolutely straight. No crooked first fingers, because then it takes the pressure off some of the strings. So keep that first finger absolutely dead straight. Place it firmly on bar 1. It can be quite a long way across bar 1, because you've got to get the third finger onto the 4th fret there of the G string. So if you just want to do that first, just get the B minor comfortable, and you should get something that sounds a bit like that while I set up the metronome. Right, first of all, what we're going to do is just slowly, as I call out the chords, just strum, just one strum, each of those chords. So just nice and easy to start with. So let's just strum a G. And if you do it string at a time, you can tell whether you've got nice sounding notes or dud ones. Okay, G onto A minor. So you're looking for a nice clean tone on each of those notes. No bics and bonks and fuzzes. Now B minor. And now C. Now D7, I've got a choice. You can either do the first finger on the 2nd fret bar plus the 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. So you've got 2, 2, 2, 3 in terms of the frets. That's a slightly harder one, but that is the official one. Or you can do an easier one, 2 0 2 0 2 0 2 0. Which is perfectly acceptable. Somebody's just asked, is there an alternative for the B minor as I have tiny fingers? I was tempted to say, are you on the smallest ukulele? But the only other way I could think of doing it, if you've got tiny fingers, no. I'm not, well, I'd have to see personally what your fingers are like, because I wouldn't have thought the size of your fingers would matter, but clearly it does. So I'd just keep practicing it, because I think ultimately you will get it. It's one of those things, it doesn't come straight away. It didn't come to me straight away, it took a long time before I could play that. So just keep practicing. I know that's not particularly helpful, but you will get there eventually. Okay, so on to D7, that was 2 0 2 0. And then finally E minor, 0, 4, 3, 2. Right, so after 4, I want you to strum just on beat 1. I'm going to put the metronome on. Just on beat 1, just strum that chord nice and cleanly. Beat 1 only. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now A minor, B minor, C, get the idea? D7, 1, 2, 3, E minor. There you go. That's what we're just going to do. Just to start with, just one gentle strum, as nice as you can make it sound on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, G, A minor, B minor, C, D7, E minor, and finish on G. There we go. Okay, we're just going to move on now to beats 1 and 3. So the beat is going 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means you'll do G twice on beats 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor. Now, if on any of those chords you're finding it difficult, you can stay on beat 1 only if you want. But in terms of just moving up a level, we're now on beats 1 and 3. As I say, you can stay on beat 1, in fact, for the whole exercise. So here we go, beats 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, A minor, B minor, C, D7, E minor. Finish on G. Let's do that again after 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish on G. Good. One more time. 2, 3, 4. Finish on G. Good. Now you might say to yourself, oh, I know all these chords are fairly straightforward. If that's the case, then it's then a matter of improving the sound, making them much more consistent, actually sounding really nice as you can make it, and clear notes every time. And also do it from memory as well. Stop looking at the screen. In fact, shut your eyes is a good way of helping you practice and warm up. And then you can internalize the chords. Okay, let's do that again. This time we're going to do beats 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it's exactly the same, but strum on 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. G. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time on beats 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. If B minor, for example, is the hardest one out of the 6 chords, then it might be because you need to get the 3rd finger down first. There's 2 ways of doing this. If you put the 3rd finger down first, then put the bar down, that's good in the sense that that's the first string you're going to hit when you're strumming down, or when you are picking, starting on that note, and then the rest of the notes follow. However, the sound, if the bar doesn't go down pretty quickly, might not sound so good. So then the other option is to put the bar down first. But ultimately, you want them both to go down first. But in terms of the thinking process, one thing then the other. So probably for strumming, I would say put the bar down first, actually. Get that down, then bring down the 3rd finger. Yeah, I'm going to say that. There you go. Shows I haven't thought about that very much before, but because when you've been practicing something for a long time, you suddenly forget how you got there. But yeah, okay, let's go with that. Put the bar down first, then put the 3rd finger down. But ultimately, you want them both to go at once. Right, let's move on to the 4 strums now. So 4 strums on each of the 4 beats. Now this is going to make the gap between the last chord and the next one short. So it's going to make it a much quicker chord change. So you can leave it out if you want, but if you can, all 4. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor, B minor, C, and finally G. And again, after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well that's got us our fingers moving in terms of chords, and we're going to stick with those chords and do a little bit of finger picking now. So we'll come back to that idea of strumming on the beat. In fact, we might do some off beats next time, so which are the strums in the gaps between the beats, and that can get quite interesting. Right, let's move on. Let's look at a bit of finger picking. So just going back to a pattern we did about a month ago, and so in the diagram there you can see that see where it says thumb, index, middle, ring going up the left hand side. That's the order we're going to do this one in. So the thumb is going to pluck the G string, the first finger is going to pluck the C string. Oops. Oh, that's right, yep. The middle finger is going to pluck the E string, and the ring finger the A string. So if you're just doing it on the open strings, it will sound like this. The old "My Dog's Got Fleas" signature sound. That's thumb, index, middle, ring. So the right hand is going to be doing that, just a constant. Yeah. And the melody or the chords are going to come from, depending on what chords you're holding down, with the left hand. So, and I've got some chords for you on the screen. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to hide the ones beneath. I'm going to do the top ones first. So just going to do G, C, D, 7, G. Just to get that going. And we're doing it on a metronome. Yeah, so just one run through the 4 notes for each chord. If you're not quite sure, then just listen to me once and then have a go the next time. So we're going to go round and round. Tell you what, I'll just do it once first of all. Just those 4 chords. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D7, G. Yeah, you got the idea? Good. So let's just loop those 4 chords after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D7, G, G again, back to the beginning, C, D7, G, and again. One more time. G. Now the important thing is, when it's part of a warm-up, you still want to make it as musical as possible. So it's not literally a case of just warming up your fingers. It's also about tuning in your ears, getting a nice sound. Because if you play something for a long time not particularly well, what you're doing is getting very good at playing not very well. And your muscle memory will pick that up. So it's important to play as nicely as you can and always try and improve the sound and the picking and the rhythm. Most important, the timing. And then that's the muscle memory that your brain will pick up on and repeat when the time comes. So very important on the timing to make sure you're getting a very regular ding, 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 and all that, which is why I'm using the metronome. And I always encourage people to practice with the metronome, even if it's just a casual warm-up. Put the metronome on and it will help your timing immeasurably to the point where you don't need it. That's the aim. The aim is to be so good that you notice when your metronome goes wrong and goes out of time. And that does happen. It used to happen with the old metronomes. Somebody was telling me the other day in a little story, he said he took his metronome back to the shop. That was the old sort that went tick-tock left to right. He said it's not right, it's something out of time about it. And they listened to it, sounds right to me. He said, and because his timing had got so good that he could tell when the metronome was slowing down slightly. And yeah, it won't happen with the electronic ones. But anyway, that's enough burbling on about metronomes. Let's put that back on, and I'm going to put the other 4 chords on. So we're going to do this 8-bar sequence now. Okay, so just going to play the same idea, one little picking pattern per chord, but going around the whole 8 bars. Now, one little tip is getting from that G at the end of line 1 to the E minor at the beginning of line 2 can be difficult. But if you just now hold a G chord and then put your little finger on the 4th fret of the C string, so it's a G plus a little finger added, you've actually made an E minor chord out of the strings. Because if you look at now, or played it, you'll see you're actually playing E minor. So it's a quick way of getting from G to E minor to... So you can leave the G in place, and just add the little finger. So the little finger is going on the C string 4th fret. I hope it can reach it. And if you have got little fingers, then that might be a little bit tricky. But again, it will come eventually with enough perseverance and practice. All things do. Right, so that's just a little tip there on how to get from G to E minor. Okay, let's put the metronome on. We're going to go through those 8 chords now. Okay, after 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, G, C, D7, and G. Little finger down, A minor, D7, and G. And we'll stop there just to regroup and make sure everything's okay. So remember, so G, little finger down to get to the E minor, and then you're on the home straight, then back to G. Okay, let's do that again after 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, little finger, A minor. And finally G. Let's start again, G again, top. Sorry, we'll do that again because I messed up there. G. Back to the top for the final time, and G. Now C. G. Now little finger down for E minor. A minor. D7. And finish on a little strum on G. Right, good. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more finger picking for the last few minutes. And we're going to introduce or reintroduce B minor. So there's a little reminder of the B minor chord. Okay, if you want to just now I think for the picking you are probably going to want to put that third finger down first, because that's the first chord, first note that is plucked. But like all new things, especially when they're a little bit tricky, don't expect them just to happen overnight or in the space of a warm-up session. It can take a lot of practice. It can be weeks, days, weeks. I remember when I first played bar chords on guitar, I think it's about a year before I could say I can play bar chords comfortably. And although I had annoying friends at the time, it took a lot less time. But nevertheless, everyone's different. So to just let it take as long as it needs to. Okay, we've got a different chord sequence this time. We've got slightly different. It's got the B minor in it. So we're just going to go around that for the last couple of minutes. So the tempo on at the same... Oh, it's on at 80 beats a minute, by the way, if you want to replicate this example at home. But of course, you can always watch the video. So here we go. After 4, we're just going to go around those 8 chords with the same picking pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. B minor. D7. G. Back to the top. C minor, B minor, sorry. G. Back to the top. B minor. And G. Back to the top for the last time. G. B minor. Finish on the G, nice strum, and turn off the metronome. Good, okay, well hopefully that's got us all warmed up, and we're just going to have Andy in about 5 minutes time, so we'll finish our warm-up there, and we'll be back again with that in 2 weeks' time, but hopefully you can all stick around, because Andy is a great player, musician and singer, and a very interesting person to listen to chatting.